Oh, the football wilderness is still upon us, but who will be going into the National Football League relegation upon them? Well, we're going to take a little look at it next. That's right, folks, back once again with another prediction video. This time we're taking a look at the fourth tier of English football, that is League 2, and we're going to see who is going to go up to League 1 and, of course, out of the Football League into the conference, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, smash your subscribe button to get you bang up to date with all things League 2 related, Blackburn Rovers related, World Football related. We're going to go here. On the roof, that's right. Now behind me should be the results of the last few games of the League 2 season, and because of that, well, we've done the math. We've done the math, and we've seen who goes up, who goes down, and who stays exactly where they are. So we're going to jump into that in just a second. And before that, I want a big shout out to the Magic 10, the what do we call them? The lucky number 10. Yeah, that's right. The patrons: Aztec Marky Mark, John Spurn, Daniel Mellor, Constable 1976, Tom Clark, Tom Beresford, Cody Cahoe, Russell Frost, No Code Drinker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's right, the VIP gangs. If you want to join those illustrious 10 and become patrons of the channel, there is a link down below in the description alongside my other social media platforms. Check that out. For the price of a cup of coffee, you could be forever in my debt and my new best buddy. Until then, let's get cracking and have a little look at League 2 and who's going up, who's going down. So here we are in the old vortex. Now, on the right-hand side is the table as it stands. Now, on the left-hand side is where we've done the math and we've come up with the results and see just about where everyone's going to shape up at the end of it. So, at the moment, there's only one team going down. I think, I don't know. I'm not even going to go there just in case I'm wrong. But anyway, 24th spot at the moment is Stevenage Borough. That's right. Are they going to get up out of it, pull themselves out of it? Will Morecambe go down? Macclesfield, there's a whole host of teams that could go down. It's not a one-horse race, but it is. It's going to be Stevenage Borough. They're going nowhere. In fact, they're going down. Unfortunately, they've been in the old Football League for a few seasons now. But their stay has come to a dramatic close. They'll go back down to the National League, in exchange for a team from there up there. Hanging on in there in 23rd spot was Morecambe. They will also end up in 23rd spot. So that's a big relief for the Northwest Club Morecambe. So kudos to them for hanging on in there. Into 22nd spot, a team that's always forever struggling is Mansfield Town, but they'll actually end up the season in 21st. That's right. They'll get themselves up and at them at this attempt and move a little bit clear. They'll feel that's like a Champions League spot right there, because they've been there or thereabouts, hanging on by the skin of their teeth. Into 21st spot, I have Mansfield Town, and this has actually been a surprise season for Mansfield Town. They've been there, they've been pushing, they've been knocking on the door for playoffs, promotion for the past few seasons, but now they are just hanging in the skin of their teeth in this division. They're going to be there though next season into League 2, and maybe they can get back to the glory days and maybe push once more into the top 10, top 8, maybe and beyond that. Into 20th spot again, when Rovers were in League 1, Scunthorpe were knocking on the door for championship football. Now they're hanging on in there in League 2 for survival. That's right. A lovely little logo. They've got a cracking logo there. They've seen some good players come and go this past few seasons, and I just don't know what's gone wrong with them. It's just all fell apart, and I think they're going to be they're fortunate. Obviously, I think they're too good enough to go down, but as it stands, they're closer to the drop than they are to the top. So yes, I do see them finishing a little bit higher into 19th spot. So yeah, a little bit of a pick me up. Maybe this break has given them a chance to regroup and refocus, and that's what a lot of these clubs should hopefully see this a chance to maybe get some of the injury prone players back on their feet, and maybe make a late surge for the top 10, top 8, whatever. Into 19th spot we have Oldham. Now I think they've been in the midst of a takeover. I don't know if it's happened or if it already happened way back when. I don't know. I don't keep too close an eye on it. Obviously, last season I think they had Paul Scholes in charge for a couple of games. It's a club that was in the initial Premier League, and it's a shame to see them hanging on for dear life. Just like Scunthorpe, they're closer to the drop than they are the top. And it wasn't too long ago they were in League 1, so they need to get back to that. I see them dropping another spot to 20th before the season comes to a close. Into 18th spot we have Carlisle United. United. I see them improving just a smidge into 17th spot. They have a world-class logo in my eyes, and I think they deserve to be much higher in the Football League than they are at the moment, but they're struggling. And again, this season, you see a lot of names down there, the likes of Mansfield, Scunthorpe, and even Carlisle, that you'd expect to be in the top 8, and it's quite surprising to see how this division has panned out this year. I think I tipped maybe Morecambe to go down this season. I did expect bigger things from Scunthorpe and Mansfield. So if you want to check out my original prediction and have a good old laugh, it's on the channel, so make sure you just punch it in the League 2 predictions and you can check it all out. But anyway, Carlisle will finish 17th in miles, a little bit better. Next up, Leyton Orient, obviously whirlwind of a couple of 18 months or so for them. Obviously, Justin Edinburgh passed away. Was it the start of this season? They had to bring in a new manager. So I got a soft spot for them. I do like Leyton Orient, and it was good to see them back in the Football League. I see them dropping back a spot as well, and I think this break has probably come at the wrong time for them. But they'll be okay for this season, just to get themselves refocused and stuff. They obviously lost Macaulay Bonne at the start of the season. He was a big goal threat for Orient. He's gone to leapfrogged a couple of divisions up to the Championship, and he can score goals, and it was a shame because he would have been a threat for Leyton Orient. Next up in 16th we have Cambridge United. I actually see them making tremendous progress over the next few weeks, and I see them flying high to 11th. Goodness me, that's the biggest jump I've seen in these predictions as well. So good jump for Cambridge. They're not the results in it. Unfortunately, it's not going to be good enough to get into those the top 7. But it'll be a late surge and maybe breed some confidence for the next season. Into 15th, we have Newport. They're going to be as they are, really. There's no change for Newport. And again, they were struggling in the past couple of seasons, I believe. It wasn't too long ago when they were knocking on the door as well. So good to see them. Next up, we have 14th place Walsall. I see them drop it down to 16th. They've got some really good players down in Guthrie. I think he's on the books, ex-Rover. Was he an ex-Liverpool player? I think so. But his experience is not pulling the strings at the moment. They are again closer to the drop zone than they are towards the top. This is a team that I'd fancied as well. Wasn't too long ago. I think last season they were in League One, get themselves relegated, and you'd expect them to be, pushing for promotion. But terrible season for Walsall. Next up we have Grimsby, Ian Holloway's boys. I want to see these guys. I don't not necessarily see Grimsby back, even though they are an old school fishing town. But I want to see Ian Holloway back at the sort of at least Championship level. He's a colourful character. He's a Warnock. Who else is out there who's a colourful sort of manager that you like? Your Sam Allardyce, your Warnock. There are certain managers out there you just like to hear and see from, and if he's not manager, he's doing his punditry. So they'll do what once a place better off 12th for this season. Hopefully he's back next season to maybe give a full season in charge of are they called the Mariners? I don't know. Into 12th spot we have Crawley Town. I see them dropping the 1 spot to 13th. No major change there. Be mid-table. Crawley Town, they can't really complain. Next up, 11th is them vegans, them vegetarians. Yep, they are going to drop to 14th. They need a bit of meat in their diet. I'm only joking. They're doing okay. They're treading water. 11th spot they'll be happy with, but unfortunately I think the results are going to go against them, and they'll start to tread water into mid-table. And you know what? I think they'll just want to wrap up the season and start to rebuild next year. Into 10th spot Salford. Obviously everybody's tipped them to do very, very well. There's a lot of money invested in them behind the scenes. They've got Darren Gibson, ex-United, Everton, Sunderland sort of player. Again, I don't see them making any late surges. They'll be as they are. 10th spot for Salford City. Into 9th we have Bradford City. Obviously Lee Bowyer was in charge, has gone. Is it Stuart McCall now back in charge? Again, I don't see them making too much progress. They've got some really good players as well. You'd expect them to be in the playoffs, or if not top 3. It's quite surprising to see them there, but I think next season they'll be up to the top 3 once again and battling to get back into the third tier of English football. Into 8th we have Port Vale. Surprise package for this season. Unfortunately they're just going to fall short. It'd be really amazing if I can see them getting back into League One, but it's going to be just a little bit too shy of the points tally to get into the top 7. But tremendous season. Unfortunately, are they going to be able to do the double next season and have another strong season? I don't know. When the shit is hot, you got to go with it. Just like Rovers right now, we're a striking distance from the playoffs, and if we miss out, we could end up in the bottom 4 or 5 next season. You just don't know, and I expect struggles next season for Port Vale because the divisions are so tight. You wouldn't have expected the likes of Scunthorpe, Walsall, to be so far down, and Port Vale to be so far up. Anyway, that's just my take on it. Next up, we have Northampton, one of the happiest teams in the division at the moment. 7th spot, they're in there. And I see them hanging on in there. Of course, they were one of my tips to go automatics, I think, this season. So, yeah, they'll be in there, and they'll hang on in there for a playoff spot and an outside shot of a place. A Wembley date. Joining them in the playoffs will be Colchester United. They lost their key man, or their influential midfielder, Smuzamic. I think he's gone over to Peterborough now on loan from Bristol City. They're going to be 6th as well, so they'll be in with a shot with playoffs. And I'm sure they would have bitten your hand off if you offered that at the start of the season. Into 5th, Cheltenham Town currently. They'll be as you are. They'll stay pretty much there. I don't see any change in their form or in their position in the table, and the teams above them will just keep on winning. So the top 4 currently the top 4 teams currently in the Championship will be the top 4 teams that I think will be there at the end of the season. But just who makes the playoffs and who's going automatics? Well, Exeter are currently 4th, and I see them remaining in 4th spot. So there's no major surprise. In fact, a lot of this table is pretty much as you were. The middle table is a little bit of a change, but Exeter will hang in there. Outside shot at, a little bit disgruntled, to be honest with you, missing out on the top 3. But they've been there or thereabouts the past few seasons. I think they might have had a struggle last season, but they've been knocking on the door to get themselves into the 3rd tier, and I think it's only justified that they go over the line this season. It'll be hard for them to take another knock back this season. Into the top 3 we go, and we have Plymouth. Thank heavens for that. I do see them rising one more spot to 2nd. These guys deserve to be much higher. The Green Army and co. Into 2nd we have Swindon, obviously the goal scoring kings. Ewan Doyle and co. I see them going up as champions, and then joining them will be Crewe. Exactly. Love it. Love to see Crewe back in there. Again, they were in the Championship or 2nd tier for a long, long time, producing quality young players that other bigger clubs took advantage of. And it would be good to see them at least get themselves back, because they've been on the 4th tier for a while. And it's only justified that they can get themselves back into it and have a good old crank next season. So the likes of Swindon, Plymouth, Crewe will be in League 1. Exeter, Cheltenham, Colchester and Northampton will duke it out in the playoffs. Do you agree or disagree? We'll get your own opinions in the comment section down below. Tomorrow we're going to focus on one of the European leagues, maybe the German Bundesliga, maybe La Liga, or maybe even Serie A. So make sure you come and stop by and check them suckers out. Until then, boys, give this video some loving, smash the old thumbs up, and of course smash the subscribe if you're new. Put your own opinions in the old comment section down below as to what you think will happen in League 2. Who's going up, who's going down? Make sure you stick them in there, and also check out the old description, links to my other social media platforms, Twitter, Facebook, and of course Patreon. Make sure you check them out. Until then, I'm going to see you tomorrow for something else. I'm pretty sure of it. Come stop by and say hello. Thanks again for watching. Please like, share, and most importantly, hit the subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, football related. We've got it all covered right under one roof. And while I still have you, please be sure to check out some of the old videos scattered along here. I hope.